Welcome to my second movie review. We're doing Ingrid Goes West. As you can probably tell by the thumbnail, it's probably what brought you here. You might be asking, Andrew, your hair's all long in the thumbnail. Why is it like that? Well, it's like this now. I got a haircut. Ingrid Goes West is a dark comedy starring Aubrey Plaza, Elizabeth Olsen, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Wyatt Russell, and Billy Magnuson. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Fun fact about the cast, Wyatt Russell is actually the legendary Kurt Russell's son, and O'Shea Jackson Jr. Played Ice Cube in the movie Straight Outta Compton, and ironically is actually Ice Cube's son. So with that information, let us go forth. The movie sets up pretty quickly that Aubrey Plaza's character is certifiably crazy, and she stalks people through social media, specifically Instagram. And the movie starts off with her looking through this chick's Instagram pictures leading up to her wedding, and then she walks in to the wedding at the reception and does this.
Congratulations. Thanks for inviting me, you fucking cunt!
Safe to say, Aubrey Plaza's character is a little rough around the edges. She spends some time in jail, does her time for assaulting somebody, and gets out of prison and immediately finds someone new to stalk. She becomes obsessed with this person being Elizabeth Olsen's character, and her character is out in LA being a famous Instagram person. It's the world we live in. So Ingrid Goes West. That's the name of the movie. When she first moves to LA, she needs a place to stay, so she rents a house from O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character, who vapes and is completely in love with Batman, and is one of the best characters I have ever watched on film. I absolutely loved him. He was amazing. He was hilarious. So she basically finds the area that Elizabeth Olsen lives in and begins following her and doing exactly what she does on Instagram. She goes to the same places, eats the same food. It gets very, very creepy. Ingrid hatches a plan to meet Elizabeth Olsen in person and kind of gain her favor by stealing her dog and then returning it to her as the hero. She immediately kind of becomes friends with the two because Elizabeth Olsen and Wyatt Russell are together in the film, and she becomes friends with them, and they do wild and crazy things together. The conflict of the movie kind of hits when Elizabeth Olsen's crazy brother comes back and immediately just doesn't like her, and it's a very strange interaction between the two. It's a weird conflict to have because you start rooting for Ingrid even though she's certifiably insane and rather creepy. But Elizabeth Olsen's brother is just such an asshole that you hate him more, even though he's looking out for his sister. Because his whole thing is to ruin that friendship, I guess, because he is so close with, like, creepily close with his sister, that even Elizabeth Olsen's boyfriend doesn't like him. Eventually, Ingrid's brother does find her phone with tons of pictures of what Elizabeth Olsen's character has done, basically finding out that she is trying to become her, and says that he will out her if she doesn't pay him a ton of money. So Ingrid and O'Shea's character kidnap him and leave him in the desert. He survives, tells what happened to Elizabeth Olsen and Wyatt Russell. Obviously, they don't take it well, so they kind of oust her from their little group, and she spends a little chunk of the movie trying to get back in their good graces. Eventually, she says, screw it, and she buys this little tiny house with all of the money she has left, which was what Elizabeth Olsen wanted to buy to create a little store. It was a very hipster, kind of millennial, I guess I'll say, store in the middle of the desert, and that was all Elizabeth Olsen's character wanted. It was like the thing she needed to feel complete, and Ingrid stole it. She lives there, she loses power because she doesn't have a job, and her life kind of just goes down the tubes once again. She eventually decides to confront Elizabeth Olsen about the whole thing. It doesn't go well. She basically spills her guts about everything. Here's the interesting part of the movie. She confronts Elizabeth Olsen, and they have this discussion about what fakeness is. Elizabeth Olsen says, your whole life was a lie. You're just a creep trying to be friends with me. And Aubrey Plaza responds with, I know your past as well. You were a nobody, and you have used Instagram and this fake life to become famous, basically. So you're just as fake as I am. That doesn't go over well with Elizabeth Olsen, and she just leaves. And at this part of the movie, this is probably the darkest part of the movie, where Aubrey Plaza's character records a video of herself saying, everything I've been doing is fake. It's all been for you guys. It's been a lie. She basically spills her guts to her Instagram followers, telling them that everything here has been a lie. And then she takes a ton of pills, posts the video to her Instagram, and then goes to sleep. She then wakes up in the hospital. It turns out that O'Shea Jackson's character had seen the video, found out where she was, and called the ambulance for her and saved her life. She wakes up to her video going viral with the hashtag I am Ingrid. This was the interesting part, because me and my buddy John both watched the movie together because we had wanted to see it because it looked really intriguing, and we both took the end of it vastly differently. He took it in a sad look, or a sad commentary on what life is today, because in his mind the only reason the video went viral is that she tried to kill herself, and he thought that was a really sad commentary on what the internet is. I took it as the fact that a bunch of people came together saying we need to stop being so fake. The hashtag at the end of the movie is I am Ingrid. Basically saying that lots of my social media life is fake, and I am telling everyone right now that my life isn't that great. And I think when a bunch of people come together and just kind of admit, hey, we all kind of have our ups and downs, and social media is a place where we only post the good things. So she starts reading through all of these comments of people saying, you have so much to live for, you're worth so much more than what your Instagram is. So I took it as an uplifting thing, and she starts reading. A bunch of different voices start going, I am Ingrid, I am Ingrid, I am Ingrid, and the last voice you hear when the screen cuts to black is Elizabeth Olsen's character saying, I am Ingrid. Which was the really interesting part of this movie. It kind of told a story of a complete nut job in Ingrid's character and someone who was just kind of a regular person. Both of them lived these fake lives, and it put them in the same boat, even though they're completely different in that one of them is just kind of a socialite, someone who just likes the attention, and another person is certifiably insane. But they both live this fake life, and which one is supposed to be better? It's a movie that'll make you think, to be honest. It was a movie that could be very dark and very kind of eerie, but had a lot of genuinely funny moments, mostly with O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character. He cracked me up on multiple occasions just because he had this fierce love of Batman, and he vaped all the time. He was just a very strange character, but fit in the story super well. and had a very interesting dynamic with Aubrey Plaza's character. So all in all, this movie took me on a roller coaster of laughs, creeps, and really deep thoughts about its commentary on social media. It's a movie that our generation can really take hold of. Anybody born in the mid to late 90s to now can really take this movie as a commentary on our culture, because a lot of us have I would say the majority of us have social media, and we tend to only post the good things, because, I mean, it would be kind of depressing if you posted things like, lost my job today. Oh no, my girlfriend broke up with me. Actually, people do that, and it's really weird. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can't stand depressing social media posts. I really enjoyed this movie. I would give this movie 70,000 likes and a promotional deal with Patagonia. I think that's a fair rating. If there's any other movies out there you guys would want me to review, whether good or bad or mediocre, just comment and I'll see what I can get around to. I'm gonna be starting up my YouTube/student film review series here shortly. So that's going to include short films and anything else I can find on YouTube that's fair use. So that'll be a whole bunch of fun. I'm really excited about the first one I'm doing. It is a Liberty student's thesis film. It's the school where I go to, and I hope you guys are ready for it, because it is a doozy. So see you next time, and subscribe to take 127 reviews-ized. It really doesn't work as well as Stuckmanized, does it? Shit.